Look, we all know Donald Trump doesn't have a whole lot of interest in the minutia, the details, the importance of public policy. But when it comes to the stuff he really cares about, well, like his pet projects, his businesses, the stuff that he gets, money from, that puts more money in his pocket, Trump becomes the ultimate micromanager. Now, let me tell you just a little story. Come in a little close. A long time ago, I was in a meeting with Donald Trump. And at one point, Ivanka Trump walked in with options for different paint colors for the bathroom walls of one of his hotels. Guess what happened? Trump stopped the meeting for a full 15 minutes as he looked through the different colors before settling on the one he liked. And folks, you better believe that was the color they used for those bathrooms. Now, I was thinking about that meeting today when I read this story from the Wall Street Journal about the fundraising operations Trump is micromanaging from inside the White House. They report that, quote, almost every night in the White House, President Trump calls his fundraiser Meredith O'Rourke for an update. Trump asks O'Rourke which companies and donors have cut checks and which haven't, and for how much. He often asks her to make much larger financial requests than she was planning. For some donors, the ask is $5 million. For others, it is $50 million. And the president gives her names to call, often including people who have recently met with him, according to people with knowledge of the calls. Now, even a president who's up for re-election should not be that intimately involved in his own fundraising operation. As a candidate, I can tell you I wasn't, and we were raising some good money. And Donald Trump is not up for re-election as well. He's in his second term as president. He has no more campaigns to run. But the man is still taking time out of his day, a lot of time, to make sure that some of America's richest people and corporations are giving him money that he can play with. According to the Wall Street Journal, SoftBank donated $50 million towards Trump's presidential library. Apple cut a check for around $25 million towards his White House ballroom project, while Microsoft gave around $10 million and Amazon chipped in around $5 million. According to people familiar with the contributions. That's almost $100 million just right there. Meta Platforms recently gave $10 million to a Trump-aligned political committee, people familiar said, on top of a multi-million-dollar donation to the ballroom and a prior $22 million payment to the planned presidential library. As the Journal notes, no sitting American president has ever raised these amounts for his pet projects. And what are those companies getting in return for all that money that Trump is meticulously keeping track of? Well, I think this anecdote tells you everything you need to know on that front. In May, Trump held a meeting with tobacco executives at his Florida golf club. Okay. His fundraiser, Meredith O'Rourke, who is not a government employee, sat in on the meeting. Trump took in millions of dollars in contributions from those companies for his political committees. And shortly after that meeting, Trump's FDA lifted restrictions on flavored vaping products, just what those companies had been asking for. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know where you're going with this. That sounds like a textbook case of corruption. Big Tobacco gives the president money and then his administration lifts restrictions on the products they sell, the ones that get kids hooked on nicotine. Surely there has never been a more blatant example of apparent corruption, right? Well, hold on to your hats just a little bit longer. This is what Donald Trump calls the Freedom 250 ring. It's about the size of a watch, and it's from the Antwerp World Diamond Center in Belgium. It was presented in a big ceremony in Brussels as a gift to President Trump in June. Now, folks, listen, they put on a big show to really hype this thing up. And folks, it's pretty clear that a lot of thought and effort and attention and care went into making this ring. It has a handcrafted presidential seal and other intricate details in 18-karat gold, baby. And it is encrusted with a whole lot of gemstones. This massive ring, you ready? has 321 diamonds in it, 56 sapphires, 13 emeralds, and 6 rubies. A little short on the rubies, I think. And while it was designed for America's anniversary, you know, that little birthday party that we had for ourselves, it's inscribed with the numbers 45 and 47, representing Donald Trump's 2 terms. It also has a giant T made out of diamonds on the side of it. Not only that, there's more, but the engraving on the interior of the ring reportedly says that it was, quote, crafted in Antwerp for Donald John Trump, end quote. So this diamond group clearly gave Trump a pretty serious gift, personal gift to Donald Trump. And wouldn't you know it, just a few weeks later, Europe's diamond industry got some special treatment from President Trump. As the New York Times reports, natural diamonds, like the ones used in that ring, have been exempted from Trump's latest round of tariffs. Oh, really? The move follows months of sustained advocacy by that diamond group in Antwerp, which dominates the global industry. So now that ring started to make a little bit more sense. Now, look, we don't know for sure that lavish gift was the reason Trump just happened to make a carve out for the diamond industry and all those tariffs he was imposing. But we do know that the best way to get Trump's attention is with something that is gold and shiny and has his name on it. And I'm guessing that those European diamond merchants understood what I learned about Donald Trump so many years ago. When it comes to his ego, no detail is too small. Joining me now is Texas Congressman Greg Casar. He's a member of the House Oversight Committee, and he's been one of the most outspoken members of Congress on all of these issues. The corruption, Congressman, welcome, is absolutely mind-bogglingly astounding. It seems to be getting more and more cartoonish at the same time, but it is serious. So you can go where you want to go, Congressman. You can go with the ring. You can go with the special treatment, the meetings, the donations, the contribute. Where do you want to go? Because it's all
Well, look, I mean, people
crazy.
in this country know politics is corrupt, but when you hear this, it sounds like the White House is beyond comically and disgustingly corrupt. It's hard to know what to make of it. But what we need to talk a lot more about is that you are paying for this corruption, Michael.
Yes.
Every single person in this country is paying for the corruption. It's not just fun and games here. So as you pointed out, a European diamond company gives Donald Trump a ring with 321 diamonds on it. I don't know how you fit 321 diamonds and 6 rubies on a damn ring, but they did. They gave it to him. They get tariff relief while the rest of America is still paying extra for your groceries. So you're paying for the corruption. Lockheed Martin gives Donald Trump millions of dollars for his White House helipad. And next thing you know, they get a huge contract for the Iran war. Those are your taxpayer dollars. You're paying for it. OpenAI gives a bunch of money to Donald Trump. Lo and behold, they get no regulations on their AI while they threaten to take away millions of Americans' jobs. You're paying for it. So this corruption, it's comical, it's sad, it's disturbing, it should be criminal. But at the end of the day, it's taking your taxpayer money, it's jacking up your prices, it's threatening your job.